never been quite so excited about a bunch of dirt in my yard. But this means that we now have water hooked up to our house, which is a start. It's apparently got a leak, but inside. But this is fixed, so on to the next part. Yay! All right, back again. Still working on the house. Shocking, I know. So I've got 2 hours to get some work done today, so I'm gonna work on the wallpaper border again. Ooh, and did you know? So I accidentally used the Windex to get the wallpaper off of my wall. And as it turns out, that's highly recommended that you use Windex. So if you don't have any wallpaper remover, use Windex. It's cheap and you probably have it at your house and your room smells good. Although I don't like the smell of it right then. I was going to try to use vinegar and water today and see how well it worked, but I forgot it at my other house. And while we do have a water line now, which is wonderful, there are leaks and we're fixing them. When I say we, I mean my husband is fixing them. And so we don't have any real water yet, just kind of water. Anyways, enough talking. We're going to try to get some work done today. And if I could get all the wallpaper off, then I maybe could do some painting. I keep thinking all I'm going to do is walk into a room and get it painted. And then I realize all the things that you have to do in order to get that done. So let's see what we can do. I just wanted to point out something. The Windex works so well that on some of this, I'm literally just spraying it on here, and then I can get the last bits of it, well, not all of it, but it's coming off on my paper towel. Pretty pleased. And if your scraper doesn't work well enough, your fingernails will too. It's not for, it's not a good beauty tip, but it does seem to work. It's really smooth. That's probably the only benefit to using this paneling stuff that's here, which I don't like, but I can feel it moving right here. Makes me wonder, I think if I go through on the other side, no, wouldn't be it. There's a spot in here that I think there used to be a wall going this way, and I don't know where it's at, and I wondered if that was it. But anyways, maybe someday, maybe in 10 years, I'll still be making YouTube videos and can see if I'm right, or I'm sure there'll be something else by then. Anyways, okay. You'll probably hear me say this a lot during my videos, but when I started to work on this, the extra layer of wallpaper started to come off. And a short story is that years ago, right after we got married, well, not right after, but close to when we got married, closer, we bought a fixer-upper and we walked right in, and the paneling and the drop ceiling needed to go, so we got the keys, and I think it was like that day, maybe the next day. I just remember never remembering the house not under construction the entire time we lived there. And don't get me wrong, it's gonna be that way this way too, but my kids, I want to get the house where we can move in. And if I pull out all the walls, then that's not gonna happen. So I'm trying really hard to preserve just what I need. I need a wall here. I need a wall that doesn't have a bunch of holes in it. I found one up there that I'm gonna have to patch. I don't know, I mean, I didn't find it. I've noticed it was there before, it's huge, but I'm thinking about it now since I'm thinking about this room. And I have to fight the urge. I know a lot of people are like, oh, just tear it down. And I'm like, no, always wait until you have the time and the money and the resources available to you to do it. Now, I know it's like having a baby. You're never going to have all those things really, but you can be a lot closer. And we're not there. I'm not to that point in my life right this second. Right now, I am trying really hard to get moved into this house in the next, I should figure out how many that is, by next summer. 8 months, I think it's 8 months. I'd like to move in 8 months, and I'd like to be able to use the entire house at least a little bit. But for right now, I have to stay focused. By the way, this was as much telling me that I have to stay focused to not pull that down as I am explaining it to you. So, all right, more wallpaper removal, because it's almost as fun, as my dad would say, as watching moss grow on trees. All right, the other day I said it was cold, and it is much colder today, but thankfully it's a cold snap. It's supposed to warm up in the next couple of days. The reason that it matters is because we don't have any gas here yet, so we don't have any heat. We do have little space heaters. We have electricity, thankfully, so it won't be too bad, but it's a little bit cold in here. The wallpaper is off the wall. Walls, all of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next up is getting all this waste cleaned up off the floor.